All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It was a day for the history books, and a lot of historical things have happened. If you don't know, the S&P has only dropped 4.5% 6 times in history. 6 times. Oh, that's me. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot coming our way. This is such a crazy, beautiful, terrible volatility. And I hope you guys are ready for all of it. Because tomorrow you have the non-farm payrolls, then Jerome Powell, and then you still have to deal with this tariff stuff. There is a lot of uncertainty, a lot of reaction, and we need to talk about it all. So I'm going to be calm Josh for you today. Some people used to call this therapist Josh. He usually comes out when the market is like this. So I hope you're having a good evening. I don't know, man. It's been a long time. Some people, we might need to talk. The long term is moving around. The market's moving around. But seriously, this is a very wild moment, Chad. And there's a lot of people that have overestimated things, and there's a lot of people that have underestimated things. And to a certain degree, I will tell you right now, this is a very surreal moment. And I said this on stream today, and I really mean it. You are either living through like the largest pump fake you have ever seen, or this is one of those moments in history where, you're at a very big turning point. So I hope you're ready for all of it. I have the plays, I have the keys, all of the good stuff, and we will be there live tomorrow morning, early, actually. We will be an hour early for the non-farms. But that being said, I might have to yell for a second here. And then we could get back to smooth Josh therapist if you need it. But I think some of y'all are hyped. I think y'all ready to go. I think you guys had a good time. There was even some news plays today, surprisingly. But that being said, what's up, baby? Good evening, man. How you living? What up, Enrico? Zach, C-Rod, Dystopian. I should have gave you a sound warning. Oh, can I hit the... What up, all good days? What up, Flav? El Chaparro. Noah, Tim, most dope. Squeeze, Mr. Malone, baby. Ready to go. Gus Gonzo, ready to go. Johnny Stallings, ready to go. Brian Figueros, ready to go. I know it. Look, I see you every night, man. Good to see you again. I hope it pays off. I hope it did pay off a little bit. And we have, and just let me just tell you now. Oh, make no mistake. Nothing has happened and a lot has happened. And you still got a lot of chop ahead of you, okay, brother? Oh, I hope y'all feel me long term. Oh, yeah. So it's good. And we saved cash for this moment. And many more moments to come. So that being said, Chad, are you guys ready to talk about it all? Are you ready to talk about all of it? And honestly, there was a lot of questions that still weren't answered today. You got to hear from a lot of countries, but not everybody really said anything. And, the analogy yesterday of poker and Trump raising the stakes, I do think that is indeed accurate. And it seems like a lot of people want to play along. A couple people, like Denmark and even Australia, they said they're not going to hit us back, but it's actually crazy. So right off the bat, even just how the market performed today, this is the worst daily loss for the S&P since the pandemic, literally since June of 2020. So not the onset of the pandemic, but literally 3 months. That was a very uncertain time. June 2020, a lot of your guys' views changed. Imagine it was an uncertain moment. If you really think about it, it's kind of crazy. So I guess the uncertainty matches, and leading up to this moment, that's why it's so odd. Not even odd, that's why there's a lot to take in, because I do think after the last 24, 48 hours, and we'll see where it leads into, hopefully it leads into a better outcome, because a lot of people overreacted ahead of this, but now you have something that warrants a certain level of uncertainty. So we're going to talk about it. We even talked about this yesterday, but like I'm saying here, the market hasn't moved like this in a very long time. And even the weird part, the VIX, this finally went above 30. And the last time it went above 30 was the August flash crash, if you guys remember. And this should tell you something, because that's not really the biggest reaction. And then on top of it, the bonds didn't really move that much. I heard a lot of people say people are rushing to bonds for safety. You've seen a bigger TLT move on a random Wednesday than today. But then again, you also watch gold go down, and a lot of good performing assets, they did sell off. Today was risk off no matter what. Yeah, there was a couple names that were green, but everything went down by a large amount. Again, even the Dow, that was 4%. So you've lived through these moments before. As we move forward, this is either going to persist for a little bit or it'll quickly get a lot better. So keep that in mind, because how you are going to move just in terms of price action is very important right now. But this is what I'm saying with the VIX. We're not talking about the events just yet, but something is off, my friends. And some of you in the chat were kind of saying it as well. So I don't think everybody isn't. It's not like people aren't privy to this, but the bonds aren't showing fear. The VIX isn't really showing fear. It's either somebody really blew up and that's why the bonds didn't react, and maybe the VIX, or maybe it is peak fear. And I say all of this humbly because, quite frankly, if you haven't learned anything over the last couple years, the bonds can do whatever they want. You are breaking a 40-year bond trend there in La La Land when it's all said and done. And, you know, you've seen many weird moves in bonds over the last 4 years. You throw in the data, inflation, stagflation, deflation, recession, all these different things, until Jerome Powell really starts cutting rates. And even people have even doubted bonds. Again, that's word to Gunlock. But when it's all said and done, today was a big day, one of your biggest index moving days since COVID. But at the same time, some factors like bonds and the VIX, they didn't really move that much. So that means there's either a lot more of this move to go, or maybe that was it. And I have no idea. I'm just telling you, I think you're in the eye of the storm more so than you are anything. But then doesn't the eye of the storm imply there's more storm? So, but I don't know, man. Either way, watch the bonds, watch the VIX the next 48 hours and even the next couple of weeks until you find out if that tariff rate goes down. I think things are going to be very uncertain. So we'll talk a little bit about tomorrow and what to expect from the now two events. And you have something really primed for volatility. But now here's the deal. You really have to understand this. And like I'm saying, as somebody who is telling you that people were overreacting ahead of this moment, this is higher than anybody. You know, in reality, Goldman expected 15%, and the number came in at 18.8. So when you like go through the volume weight now, not just looking at the random partners, this is what I was trying to say this morning. This is an extremely high number. There is no way you can cut up what just happened and say that it is a low tariff rate. This is what I mean. Quite simply, nobody has seen this in the last 100 years almost, give or take. Do you not get it? I'm telling you right now, some of you may misread this chart. You know why? Because I swear to you, you might be like, what do you mean? This chart doesn't go to 2025. Yeah, mother effer is here. You see what you're above this. You're at 18. Now, granted, this is what I'm telling you. That number is very high. There is no, and again, to a certain degree, I don't think it caught everybody off guard, and there's ways to work around, but this is the starting point. But this is why I'm telling you, this is a giant game of poker now, in the sense that this is a very high bet off the jump. There's no, he talked smaller than a lot of these numbers. And again, there's a lot of people who have even doubted in the past if Trump would even do a base tariff rate. It's not even that. Really, it all boils down to this, because even on a trade-weighted amount, it's all this. It's China. This is the chart that is mind-blowingly wicked. He is actually he went and shot a bazooka at China. And I don't know if people got that. And I think he did it, respectfully, the China way. I think Trump hasn't talked aggressive towards China, but this action yesterday was a real blow to China. And it was, I think he talked respectfully, talked nice, but this was a damn bazooka. And that's what I'm trying to say. Make no mistake, whatever you were thinking leading into this moment, there is still a lot of unknowns. And like I'm saying here, the game of poker, this only gets crazy if this number stays this high. And then if people try to retaliate and we go higher than this. Do you understand? Those are your two criteria to determine if this is bullish, bearish, how long is it bullish, how long is it bearish. Do you understand that? Because it's very simple. That's all you need. Because if this comes down in a week, a month, 3 months, 6 months, that was fun. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because what's going to happen what do you think will happen? If now that this number is this damn high, if it comes down by half, 3/4, if it just comes back down to the 70s, damn it, gets down to like a 5 to 8. Remember, that was the number people on average expected. That's why I'm telling you, it's not as if everybody was unknown to this number, but you definitely got more people off guard. Here. You see what I'm saying? This was that survey I showed you prior by Deutsche Bank. So some people were expecting a high number. It still came in mad high, but, people on general were expecting a lower number. But now, if this works how Donald Trump thinks it will work, I don't know if it will, but if it does, then theoretically, this should be the highest it ever goes. But if everybody wants to play chicken, yeah, then, you buy puts and shit, and then you buy calls because they're going to scam you. And then you still get a long term, and then you buy shit dirt cheap while everybody tells you to run and hide. And then once the Fed starts cutting, we'll really know some real shit. But that's another story. But I hope you feel me on this. Like I'm saying, duration of how long this stays, that is important. And then how high the rate actually is going to end up when it's all said and done. So we'll watch that and we'll see. But like I'm saying, make no mistake, that was big. It was big. I was nice if you were nice, but otherwise it was big. China. And like I'm saying, China had a very big impact. But then again, that was a very big shot towards China. So keep that in mind. And then we'll see who reacts eventually. Bonds, VIX, all that good stuff. But other than that, leading into tomorrow now, you have the non-farm payrolls. And I'm sure you're aware of it by now. But really, the theme of the non-farms, it revolves around job cuts and Doge. I mean, would you agree with me or no? Every single jobs report this year, you have heard something about Elon Musk, Washington, D.C., the firing, let's burn a Tesla, many things. So will it show up? I don't know. It might not, but this is what everyone's looking for. And if it did happen, this would be perfectly the worst time for that to show up. That's what's going to be interesting about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a mystery card. If that Doge data finally shows up, it's the worst time ever. And I don't know, maybe there's a couple of liberals still working at the BLS and they forget a revision or two. But either way, the whole point is, this might be one of those moments you hope they fake the data. But like I'm saying, it's a mystery card. Because if that Doge data and that narrative shows up, that's going to be a lot of ammo for now. Recession, demand, everyone's going to panic really crazy. My voice will be calmer and people will panic more. But so I don't know if that's good or bad. Seek the Lord first above all. But when it's all said and done, that's where tomorrow is going to be interesting. And the theme is going to revolve around whether or not major job losses show up. Really, all that matters is if you get a low number and a really low number, things will be bad. If anything comes in line or good, I think the market is going to ignore it. Every single piece of data so far, if it has not met a narrative of uncertainty, people have ignored it. It's like, I don't know. It's like looking for something bad. When you're specifically looking for something bad, it's just like, oh, that's not bad. Okay, next. Okay, what's next? But it's because literally you've only reacted to soft data. So if you get a strong jobs report, what in this environment, what's going to stop everybody from saying, well, yeah, but what about the next jobs report, though? And then the data delay, and then what Trump announced in the Civil War Gilded Ages, and you think the job, and then President Elon, and then so it works so far, but so I don't see that as a preventative factor. Good data, I don't think will stop. I don't think that good data will stop a crybaby right now. I don't think it's enough. The market is throwing a tantrum in many, many ways, but we'll see what the bonds do and the VIX. And then that's it. It's simple. If you get a bad data set tomorrow, you're going to have more volatility. I think we'll see new lows, and then we'll see where it all takes us. But that being said, I hope you are locked and loaded. And now, let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, that's 17 minutes for you, okay? For anybody, if you're like, I don't watch the plays. Good, okay, there you go. That's your watch list. I say that because I'm going to give you play number 1, and then I'm going to eat a chicken McNugget. I have not ate today, and my girlfriend just handed me chicken McNuggets. She made them. They're not McDonald's, I promise. So, UVXY is the first play. But you should tell me, what do you think this means? That there is enough uncertainty for 30 days. What could that mean, brother? Oh, yeah, barbecue sauce for sure. Hey, man, I did leg day today. So, you know that? I didn't do it yesterday. You guys thought I did. No. We had a big day yesterday. I had to save my protein for tariffs. Needed the energy. Well, no, it doesn't mean emergency rate cut. Good guess. Do you hear my loud ass chewing, or am I away from the mic enough? I'm reading your answers, though. You do? You do? No way. Well, I miss you. I hope this is intimate enough for you. It's kind of awkward, but shh, it's okay. Last one and we're good. What it means is that maybe this is a reason why the VIX has been lagging. What have people been doing when the market goes down as of lately? If you get a piece of news and the market starts dropping, what's a popular play? A put, yeah. What kind of put? Any specific type of put? A 0 day. Yes. Very popular, new, kind of. Yeah, back in my day, you had to wait a week to get a 0 day. They only showed weeklies. So you had to buy it on Friday, and then you had to wait till Friday. Every Friday we get a 0 day. The mailman would come around and the market maker would give you a fucking 0 day on Friday. We just had to wait. You wait till Friday. Yeah, you fucking kids get them every fucking day. Every fucking day, spy. Here's one. It's not 0 day if it's every day. Fucking contradicting. Stupid. What do you mean 0 days? Every day. So, yeah. No, actually, though, it's a true story. So, that's what I mean. I think that the level of uncertainty that if everybody moves slow and plays a slow game of calling the tariffs, I think it'll create and inject an uncertainty that goes beyond a 0 day. Quite simply. And maybe up until this point, everybody's just kind of been hedging and doing dumb shit on the short term at all of this other stuff. But now that you have this number and it's a bazooka, and then if we start seeing everybody talk slow and we chop around for another week or two, before you know it, the VIX is already high. It's lagging, but it's high, but then it'll keep going higher, and then it'll stay higher. And then you're going to have fucked up options for a couple months as you have to trade in an environment with the VIX above 20. But I think there was something. Oh, did I take it out? No. Yes. The VIX above 30. Do you guys remember that little fun fact I told you? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do. I'm asking. I'm not going to eat a chicken nugget while I wait. I'm looking for a chart. Because I could show you the chart. 30. 30 on the VIX. What's the fun fact? Has anybody got a fun fact for me? Well, that's what you guys are scared, huh? Come here. It's okay. This is why we have therapists, Josh. Everything's going to be okay. Jesus, you guys okay? What the fuck did Bloomberg do to you? See, man, what the fuck? Dude, you guys, stop. It's okay. Calm down. It's not everything's a surprise rate cut. I know, you see? I said 30, bro. I said 30. You guys, this is like rate cuts. They're going to surprise you. Everything's going to die, Josh. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I played you too much Bloomberg, bro. My bad. Everybody. So I'm saying you can't escape it, man. Seek the Lord. Seek the Lord. Amen. Okay? But, dude. Now I can't even tell you what I was going to tell you, bro. I can't even tell you what I was going to tell you. I can't even tell you what I was going to tell you, man. All right, you ready? You don't remember this one? It's okay, man. Everything's going to be okay. This was that chart I showed you about the VIX. And that's what I was saying. The market was really choppy. And it gets weird when you stay above 25, but you stay below 30. That's always a weird moment. That actually doesn't have good performance. But now, once the VIX goes above 30, you start doing enough damage where eventually this might become a buyable dip, but definitely a year from now, you're probably going to look back and be like, yeah, this is probably going to be you're going to look back at this moment, usually. That's what history would tell you. And again, the last time the VIX was above 30, that was deep seek, or not even, but what's it called? Literally the flash crash in the yen. So, ta-da! Thank you. Isn't that fun? So, that's what I'm saying. Watch the VIX. I think there's going to be interesting plays, and the way that the bonds are lagging, that's another one. Usually when the UVXY pops to 30, the bond yields rocket down. This time they haven't. So what does that mean? That means the UVXY is going to rip massively and the bonds have no choice, or the UVXY is going to die. This sounds a lot like 2020. I don't know if you recall. If you are OG, this should sound like a video from 5 years ago. I just have a more fried voice. So, do you remember? It's one's going to catch up or one's going to die. That's literally that is your opportunity right now. And that's why I'm like, damn. So, we'll see what happens. But that is play number 1. Keep your eyes out for the UVXY and what you've seen before for a long time ago and what I just told you. That is play number 1. Play number 2, Intel in TSM. We caught the news today. We were early, very early. I played this play at, I don't know. I don't know what time it was. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I bought this play at 7:30. Oh, I sold all my shits too soon, too, bro. I sold my QQQ in the money. Oh, I sold those mad early, too. I bought my J&J and then my Intel. I bought it at 7 in the morning. That's what I want to show you. Not the TSM deal, even though you're going to see it. I want you to see the trick. Because this just got a shit ton of volume, and it's a pretty big deal, and it popped it up. We ended up making it free. It was a great trade. But why did I buy it in the morning? Because the whole entire market was getting mollywopped like there was a damn pandemic, and this dumbass stock was green. That's it. That is the trick. Very simple. On terrible days, if there is a name that is green in the morning, especially early, there is a better chance that it is going to hold up. It doesn't mean it will. Again, many false prophets will come bearing his name, if you didn't know. So it's not 100%. So you'll see it many times. It'll be green, and then that shit will dump. They will scam you. You never know. You got to got to be quicker than that. So you better watch out. But other than that, if you do have some of these days, those are always good targets in the morning. So, yeah, watch out for that. That's play number 2. I have free plays on that. And then I did make a play on TSM, but I don't like that one as much. I'm probably going to get rid of it tomorrow. And I have plays on UVXY. I got rid of some today. Those were one of my better performers, and I sold them early. If you held them, you made an additional like 300 to 600%, I think, on both the UVXY and QQQ that we had. But I took them early because it paid for everything. It was a hitter. Again, there was a nice little arbitrage opportunity when the volatility is right. But this morning, it was terrible, and that's another thing we'll talk about. But play number 3, I'll give you the final one. This is the other one I played in the morning right after Intel. And then I made it free, so I still have some. But I think either tomorrow or Monday it's going to move big just because it has a lot of things going on. Value, outperformance. Go look how it's moved, and it's a good staple name. So I'm going to be watching it, and I have a play. But I will see, again, tie this to the staples and everything else. But other than that, what was I going to tell you? I just blanked. I had something else. I double dip TLTs, but I had way more leading into this, and I sold most of them. So I think TLT will move, but I actually like the UVXY a little bit more than TLT right now, just because I think it's at an interesting point. Well, no, TLT will move eventually, but I think it's gonna have a high bar. It might take a lot. If that didn't move it, there's another part of this, and we'll find out. But that's why I'm saying the UVXY, that might be interesting. And then, that's what I was gonna tell you, bro. Be very careful. If you gap down at this size, it's so hard to trade intraday. I hit on news plays today. We had a Capital One, and the Intel, and there's another one, but random individual news, that's a different story. But like, just even the SPY, bro, even if you know it's going to dump another 2% after gapping down, you got to be very careful. The premiums in this level of extreme volatility, they just make them up. I'm not even kidding you. It's just literally, I've the prices that I see, and if you don't, and then everything looks insane, you might think you're buying a good play, but everything is just trash. Because I'm telling you, one big bounce where it will flow within the daily range, but it'll still be massive, that any plays near the money now are about to look really far out of the money tomorrow or on Monday or on Wednesday. You see what I'm saying? So be very, very careful of that. But other than that, there's, like I said, it's going to get more challenging, but I do think there's going to be a couple gems of opportunities. And right now, you see, I think we're going to get a little bit more volatility, and then we either chop or drop at this point. But we'll see what the non-farms, and then Powell at 11:25 a.m. Eastern time. But Chad, those are all of the plays. In the meantime, I'm going to now eat my chicken nuggets, and I will field for the best question. So let her rip. There you go. What do you got for me, man? Any other one? And I hope you have a good evening if you got to go. Not money leaving gold, not rushing. Could be somebody liquidating, or somebody needing to cover one position with their winners. That's what happens in risk, like real risk off. I've told you guys about this. That's why I've always told you, if you really want to buy gold, you could literally wait till shit hits the fan. You don't have to ever buy gold in advance, even though this time around you've had a very weird central bank thing. But even in 2020, even if shit was about to go crazy, you could literally buy the gold while the event is happening, because at some point there is a risk-off liquidation where the price just goes down with everything else. There is, bro. There's a couple of great prices on Target and Nike, man. Oh, how could I forget? I have another chart for you. Are you ready? See, that's a good question while I'm eating a nugget, bro. That's what I'm damn talking about. See that right there? Homeboy just saved y'all. You know that? He did. Because Nike, damn, I told you guys yesterday, bro. I was telling you this right away. I was like, bro, this Vietnam shit is insane. Absolutely bonkers. That's the part that blows my mind, amongst many other things. Right? Vietnam. Right? So here's the deal. This is from Morgan Stanley. Here's every name in their Vietnam exposure, because it is a big deal. Because all these names with Vietnam exposure, they got disproportionately wrecked today and yesterday. It was terrible. So, long story short, you can't do Bird, but ONON and Nike and Lulu, these are the three biggest. Who would have thought? Mexico did good. Yeah, like we said, they got off low-key scot-free. Ta-da. So yeah, Lulu, TPR, A&F, Under Armour, Gap, and then these are a little bit lower exposure, but yeah. And then all these are not disclosed. So there's some you have no idea. So low key, all of these are sleeping giants. You know that? If you really wanted to nerd out, I bet you in the next year you'll find a short report if one of these guys wants to do it. Because I bet you one of these guys is using a subsidiary, and it's all through fucking Vietnam and Malaysia and Cambodia, and it does it, and there's no way it's gonna show up. And then you're gonna really, and then it's all fucked. I'm telling you, bro. I told you this. This isn't from yesterday. They all came out with this today. I'm telling you, this was a blindsided, like, no one saw this one coming. But if you have known how things have developed in Asia over the literally last 5 years, it's the loophole. It's a patch, bro. It's a patch. That's like if you played 2K and it was like the jump shot that hit, they patched it, bro. This is like the BXR got patched. Hence, ON, all your favorites, bro. What's the difference? And y'all telling me there's a difference between Lululemon, Nike, and then the fucking Swiss footwear? Yeah, there's a difference? Okay. How? They all get their shit from Vietnam. And it's because they're trying to avoid the China. But yeah. So I'd watch those names. Those will get disproportionately impacted until there's a deal. Earnings, that's a good question. Let me finish. I'm on my last nugget. Man, food is great. Oh, man. Finger to the sky, bro. Amen. God don't understand, bro. You know what it is? It's actually terrible what I'm eating. Terrible. She's not like that, too. I don't even want to make her look bad. We just like them. I'm not going to lie to you. I like how they taste. I'm a dickhead. I'm eating Beyond Nuggets right now. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. They're good, bro. I'm fucking... What? I'm not going to lie. I want some of them soy boy pecs. Bill Gates inspired me. Fuck you. What do you want me to do? I don't care. I like a little bit of protein. I've been eating out that plastic box, bro. I like it with barbecue sauce. Fuck you. This shit tastes like fucking Cheesecake Factory to me. I don't know what I've been through. Oh. Yeah, wash it down with some forever chemicals, huh? No? No. Bill Gates. Bill Gates saw my tweet. I can't explain it to you, but he saw my tweet trolling Tesla shareholders. Or remember when I made that joke after Tim Walls, and I said to short Tesla. Yeah, Bill saw it. He saw it. I have it on good authority that Bill saw that tweet. Bill had I don't know what Bill thinks of me. I used to look up to Bill. You know that, Bill? I was plugging in a computer. This is going to sound really, I was literally in the closet. No exaggeration. You might appreciate that because my foreign-ass parents, through the church, they got their hands on a damn computer, damn it. You know that? God bless these nerdy-ass Christian people who were like building computers in 1997, I think. No, I swear to you, bro. Because they built us this rickety-ass computer. And this wasn't like, we put that shit in the closet. My mom's like, put it in the closet, hubby, you know? Because we had a living room where we couldn't sit on the furniture. So we needed to make sure that looked all nice. So we didn't have room for a computer It was such a useless object. So I would be in this little closet. I have to plug in the phone wire for the dial-up to use one of them AOL cards. You have no idea. And at that moment, bro, Bill was kind of my hero. You know that? From like that moment for the next decade, even longer maybe, I was like, Bill is the man. You know that? Sad, bro. Sad. Don't tell me the sound of dial-up. I'm tempted to do it, and then someone's going to get mad. Yeah. Pretty solid, I know, right? Straight out of memory. Just like, that's it. I think I got every single tone and pitch. Fuck it, we got to fact check. This is if you don't like this sound, if it's triggering, you might want to, might want to back out right now. Wow. Yep. Yeah, I was pretty good for a human. Yeah. Ironically, I feel like that's how Robin Hood sounds on days like today. To be honest with you, same. Because I don't know, something about that felt so modern. Does that make sense? Something about it felt so old, but so relevant in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it. You've got mail. No, you're old as shit. Me too, bro. Me too. I have no shame. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I was going to tweet it. I sat down on the calf machine today, and there was this girl on the Stairmaster. And you know what? My first thought, I was like, all right, whatever. Because, like, the way it was positioned, my first thought, I was like, okay, lady, I allow you to stare at my bald spot. That was what I blessed her with, my bald spot. Because I just said, that's it. Because it was in her field of vision that was unavoidable. And I'll be sitting down facing the other way. So she just get to stare at my body. I said, I allow you to. I didn't say this to her, but I communicated that in my mind. And then I proceeded to do my calf raises. So I feel you. Believe me, I rock the old shit now. I am old as shit, bro. That's what I realized. I be saying some old things. And I don't know. But hey, I don't know. I'm down with it. I'm down with it. Josh, have kids. No. What? I have 1,700 kids. More, dude, more. That's it. Not really. I have probably like 4,000 brothers. And then I have 5,000 cases of child abuse. That's what I'm saying, man. I think you are lucky I'm not your father. You know that? You're lucky, some people. And God bless. I would never let you allow this. Are you kidding me? How dare you? How dare you learn hella quick. I learned shit. Imagine how, I got a little smart ass mouth too, you know? And I got whooped. Bro, whooped. You have no idea. The kids are the Twitch viewers. That shit, bro, it's 2025. You can't blame the Twitch no more, dude. Fuck that. We're on members only for the last 3 months. You trying to blame the Twitch? He's like, it's the Twitch fault. It ain't the fucking Twitch's fault. You can't blame the Twitch, man. Oh, man. It don't work like that. It's just the Twitch. More tornadoes. Be safe, bro. Be safe. That shit was crazy. And that's the thing, man. Hopefully, that's right now with the level of what just happened, man. Oh, I'm excited to see what we get from here. But at the end of the day, we can't afford a natural disaster. You can't afford anything right now. That's why, I don't know, man. You don't. There's no room for a black swan right now. anything could be a black swan, even if it's kind of little at this point when you really look at it. But because this is the making of 2000, 2001. You know, what time is it? We got time. I've done this so many times. I'm going to make Josh do it for you. Let me see. Yeah. I'm going to do something for you. Okay. So please allow me a brief intermission. Okay. And you could hear from our sponsors. In the meantime, thank you for always supporting. Shout out to our sponsor, Uncle Answers. Thank you.
Some people don't even have dreams, you know what I'm saying? But if you blessed enough to have a dream, chase it, bro.
I had a dream like Martin, then I heard a couple stories. Never met my heroes, never had one. Never wanted things I never had, son. I got it, then I grabbed them. Looking back, these bitches Southeast said them. Good more, don't ignore your sword for the war. Armor's no good if you leave that shit at home. I don't care if that match up with the drum. I ain't young, I ain't care about looking dumb. Out my way, we could talk when I'm done. Does it look like I'm finished? Even if I was, dog, I do my own dishes. Why the fuck you in my business? I ain't tryna be a menace. Need a couple minutes with your talking and your bitching. Just show me that you don't get it, look. Now I wasted your time trying to reprimand. Explain the basic shit so you could understand. I ain't being mean the way I teach. The big leagues ain't throwing underhand. I'm not the bad guy, I'm the best coach that you ever had. Something like LaMelo's dad. Mama was an immigrant, $5 an hour working with Brillo pads. We got some things we shouldn't have, so I can feel down, but I don't ever think I'm really sad. Life a miracle, but I won't give you one. But I can teach you shit, and you'll walk away with dividends. Wish you'll buy more, and then you'll wish you did it young. You missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. Trying to build while looking at the clouds. I'm looking at my hand, then I'm looking at the ground. Peter walked on water but fell. When he looked around, I heard that story all my life. I think I start to get it now. Slow in the fast lane, answers in my last name. They really didn't listen, that's a damn shame. But that don't mean my plans changed. Maybe just the landscape did what I said without a handshake. 3,004 an ounce, that sound like a fair rate. Word is gold, they only kept theirs too late. So I'm out with your new face. A snake can move a few ways. And life a bitch that lie about how the fruit tastes. Welcome back.
Good timing.
It's a cup, baby.
Good timing. I was going to let you have another one, but here it is. I just wanted to have the AI do it, to be honest with you. The 2001 bubble. We need to be reminded of it. I have two parts, really. I don't know how long it's going to be. It'll be like 10 minutes maybe. The .com bubble, 12 minutes. It's really the end of it. And we'll see. This is raw, so I haven't been able to review it clearly. I just cooked this up. You see, that's how fast I got Josh AI to work right there. That's it, with no review or anything. Let's see what he comes up with. But yeah, like I'm saying, because this is a mix of everything. It's a mix of '01. It's a mix of the recent moves. You don't have a pandemic, but the rare factor of what is going on is sentiment. And when sentiment moves like that, it's actually like very, very wild. No, this is normal, Josh, right now. The Jesus is king. There you go. Now this is Josh AI. or dot-com boom was a stock market bubble that ballooned during the late 1990s and peaked on Friday, March 10th, 2000. This period of market growth
1990s.
coincided with the widespread adoption of the World Wide Web and the internet, resulting in a dispensation of available venture capital and the rapid growth of valuations in new dot-com startups. Between 1995 and its peak in March 2000, investments in the NASDAQ Composite Stock Market Index rose by 800%, only to fall 78% from its peak by October 2002, giving up all its gains during the bubble. During the dot-com crash, many online shopping companies, notably Pets.com, Webvan, and Boo.com, as well as several communication companies such as WorldCom, Northpoint Communications, and Global Crossing failed and shut down. 2 others like LastMinute.com, MP3.com, and PeopleSound remained through its sale and buyer's acquisition. Larger companies like Amazon and Cisco Systems lost large portions of their market capitalization, with Cisco losing 80% of its stock value to low interest rates in 1998 and 99 facilitated an increase in startup companies, and in 2000 the dot-com bubble burst and many dot-com startups went out of business after burning through their venture capital and failing to become profitable. And 5, however, many others, particularly online retailers like eBay and Amazon, blossomed and became highly profitable. 6, 7 more conventional retailers found online merchandising to be a profitable additional source of revenue, while some online entertainment and news outlets failed when their seed capital ran out. Others persisted and eventually became economically self-sufficient. Traditional media outlets, newspaper publishers, broadcasters, and cablecasters in particular also found the web to be a useful and profitable additional channel for content distribution and an additional means to generate advertising revenue. The sites that survived and eventually prospered after the bubble burst had 2 things in common: a sound business plan and a niche in the marketplace that was, if not unique, particularly well-defined and well-served. Citation needed. In the aftermath of the dot-com bubble, telecommunications companies had a great deal of overcapacity as many internet business clients went bust. That, plus ongoing investment in local cell infrastructure, kept connectivity charges low and
Double
helped to
time
make
now.
high-speed internet connectivity more affordable. Citation needed. During this time, a handful of companies found success developing business models that helped make the World Wide Web a more compelling experience. These include airline booking sites, Google's search engine and its profitable approach to keyword-based advertising, 8, as well as eBay's auction site, 6, and Amazon.com S online department store, 7, the low price of reaching millions worldwide and the possibility of selling to or hearing from those people at the same moment when they were reached promised to overturn established business dogma in advertising, mail-order sales, customer relationship management, and several times these actions were believed by many weasel words to have caused the bursting of the dot-com bubble.
Okay, this is what I want.
Analysts, 41. Then on January 30th, 2000, 12 ads of the 61 ads for Super Bowl 24 were purchased by .coms. Sources state ranges from 12 up to 19 companies. According to Paul Krugman, however, he didn't raise interest rates to curb the market's enthusiasm. 43. Meanwhile, Alan Greenspan, then chair of the Federal Reserve, raised interest rates several times. These actions were believed by many weasel words to have caused the bursting of the dot-com bubble. According to Paul Krugman, however, he didn't raise interest rates to curb the market's enthusiasm. He didn't even seek to impose margin requirements on stock market investors. Instead, it is alleged he waited until the bubble burst, as it did in 2000, then tried to clean up the mess afterward. 44. Finance
That's
author
crazy.
and
I didn't
commentator
think about that.
E. Ray Canterbury
See?
agreed with
Wow, I'm
Krugman's
glad we
criticism. 45. On Friday, March 10th, 2000, the NASDAQ Composite Stock Market Index peaked at 5,048.6246. However, on March 13th, 2000, news that Japan had once again entered a recession triggered a global sell-off that disproportionately affected technology stocks.
Start of it.
47. Soon after, Yahoo and eBay ended merger talks, and the NASDAQ fell 2.6%, but the S&P 500 rose 2.4% as investors shifted from strong-performing technology stocks to poor-performing established stocks. 48. On March 20th.
Okay, it's explaining how the bubble popped in 2000. It was saying all of these companies
First, it was like people worried about recession in overseas, and they were worried about, because again, think about the late 90s, bro. Japan was popping. That was like China. They were bigger than everybody. That was one of the biggest economies. And then failed mergers. Then you had the other frauds that he said earlier. But then it's going one step at a time. But like this was part of that sentiment. But do you not hear what was just said? What was the last line said? Don't zone out. It's raining right now. I hear the rain. It's beautiful. Wow. God bless America. Woo! Said that they started selling the NASDAQ and the S&P went up. So even at the early start of the bubble popping rotation,
2000, Barron's featured
run that back.
47. Soon after, Yahoo and eBay ended merger talks and the NASDAQ fell 2.6%, but the S&P 500 rose 2.4% as investors shifted from strong performing technology stocks to poor performing established stocks. 48. On March 20th, 2000, Barron's featured a cover article titled "Burning Up, Warning Internet Companies Are Running Out of Cash Fast," which predicted the imminent bankruptcy of many internet companies. 49. This led many people to rethink their investments. That same day, MicroStrategy announced a revenue restatement due to aggressive accounting practices. Its stock price, which had risen from $7 per share to as high as $333 per share in a year, fell $140 per share, or 62% in a day. 50. The next day, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates. The imminent bankruptcy.
You didn't hear that, did you? You know that's why they changed the name now. For Pinto, that bitch. Did you not hear that? Run that back, please. Please play it for the court. Thank you.
Bankruptcy of many internet companies. 49. This led many people to rethink their investments. That same day, MicroStrategy announced a revenue restatement due to aggressive accounting practice. Same day, MicroStrategy announced restatement due to aggressive accounting practices. Its stock price, which had risen from $7 per share to as high as $333 per share in a year, fell $140 per share, or 62% in a day. 50. The next day, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates, leading to an inverted yield curve, although stocks rallied temporarily. 51. Tangentially to all of speculation, Judge Thomas Penfield Jackson issued his conclusions of law in the case of United States v. Microsoft Corp. Arte 2001, and ruled that Microsoft was guilty of monopolization and tying in violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. This led to a one-day 15% decline in the value of shares in Microsoft and a 350 point or 8% drop in the value of the NASDAQ. Many people saw the legal actions as bad for technology in general.
So do you get that one too? That was actually a really big deal. That's when the government forced Microsoft to break up. So at like the heart of the tech bubble, right, think about it. .com is booming, all this internet, and then you got Microsoft, damn Billy Boy. And then the government's like, nah, you got to break it up. And it actually ended up being more profitable for Microsoft 20, 30 years later. But at the end of the day, that caused the big reaction. But there's only a minute left, a minute and a half, but I hope you're locked into this. I want you to really think about this story that you're hearing. And again, this is 2001, the tech bubble. I want you to really think about that.
52. That same day, Bloomberg News published a widely read article that stated it's time at last to pay attention to the numbers. 53. On Friday, April 14th, 2000, the NASDAQ Composite Index fell 9%, ending a week in which it fell 25%. Investors were forced to sell stocks ahead of tax day, the due date to pay taxes on gains realized in the previous year. 54. By June 2000, .com companies were forced to reevaluate their spending on advertising campaigns. 55. On November 9th, 2000, Pets.com, a much-hyped company that had backing from Amazon.com, went out of business only 9 months after completing its IPO. 56. 57. By that time, most internet stocks had declined in value by 75% from their highs, wiping out $1.755 trillion in value. Through 58. In January 2001, just 3 .com companies bought advertising spots during Super Bowl time. 59. The September 11 attacks accelerated the stock market drop. 60. Investor confidence was further eroded by several accounting scandals and the resulting bankruptcies, including the Enron scandal in October 2001, the WorldCom scandal in June 2002. 61. And the Adelphia Communications Corporation scandal in July 2002. 62. By the end of the stock market downturn of 2002, stocks had lost $5 trillion in market capitalization since the peak. 63. At its trough on October 9th, 2002, the NASDAQ 100 had dropped to 1,114, down 78% from its peak. 64. 65.
Rookie numbers. We did that in a day. 5 trillion. Come on. Anyways, so you get it? So if by June all the earnings are down and everybody's worried and then CoreWeave goes bankrupt in 9 months, then the bubble bursts. But then there would have to be a 9/11, and then there would have to be a set of bankruptcies and accounting scandals. But I want you guys to see how that played out. A lot of people say the tech bubble bursting, and they think it was just like, they literally think it's like a pin popping a bubble. It wasn't like that. Like, do you see all of these events day after day, month after month? This was like a 2-year process of all these little things hitting sentiment, affecting the outlook. And honestly, like, it was kind of like dominoes. And even to a degree, like, you got to think about it, though. If there was, like, what would the market look like? I mean, again, I guess we'll never know. If there wasn't 9/11 and if there wasn't, like, massive fraud. Like, again, it was ripe for fraud. But then again, it's ripe for fraud now. I mean, I have to, I'm talking to grown men. I'm like, you shouldn't put all your money into Solana. No, don't do that. Not at least Solana, not the fucking Solana offshoot. But, but those are major scams that also affected it. And then you had Europe. And then, then that was and then you had a pretty shitty Fed too. So, yeah. But like I'm saying, a lot of people think it was just like, oh, there you go, bubble popped, oh, overvalued. It wasn't like one day. It wasn't even 1 month. It's like low key. That's why, ironically, it's like we could either be at the start of that or things could get a lot better from here. Things got really bad right now temporarily. If Trump and the rest of the world find a way to walk this back, this is going to be a nice buyable dip. Now it is. Otherwise, if this starts, and you start to see a chain reaction and one thing after the next starts to go over these next months, like I'm saying, really by like June to October, I think we'll have a pretty good idea. And like I'm saying, by day 365, you'll know a lot. But literally, I do think by like June, September, October, you'll have a really good idea of this situation, of whether or not this exists. So, yeah, I love the history lesson. Always, baby. I don't know. You tell me, man. You tell me. Yeah, well, we have been stacking cash. So today was terrible for the long term. And, today was bad, bro. Very bad for the long term. You guys want to see it? But I'm so happy we've been stacking cash. That's it. Because, like, it's kind of good, though. Because, like, come on. You guys were really asking me every day to buy everything, no? Should I buy AMD? AMD now? AMD now? Now AMD? Nike now? Now? Because, come on, man. I haven't held cash in like a year and a half. But here's the deal. It's okay. And this is good. But like I said, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. I already felt it in the morning. I already read it, even on members only. I already know people tripping. I said, wow. Wow. So be careful, guys. It's literally like a game show. I have no other way. I've been watching too many Beast games and shit. It's like a game show. You understand? Because some of you going to do good. You be like, no, I got this. 3 more months of volatility. You be like, oh, no. Dude, if you go, again, like right now, last time you saw moves like this was 2020 and 2022. That was the time I saw the best at long terms created, as well as the most amount of people quit at the worst time, if you're looking back, always. So, yeah, I'm telling you, some of you have the armor on, you're ready, you got a little bit more cushion, but yeah, bro, if these tariffs and everything stays at rates we haven't seen in 100 years, it's going to be wild. So that's why we should be building our cash, and I think you see why. And that's why if you don't have a lot of cash, this is perfect for you. And we build and we'll see what happens, but I also think it's a good time to build on the names that are already like really down. And there's a couple names that you could get at new prices, but even then, there's a couple names that are still holding up as well. And that's why I still think we have a lot of things to develop. But all the bullshit talk aside, here's the results. Today you lost 3.5%, $8,300. Tell me right, ain't nothing but a long time. I'm not mad. I ain't mad. I won't lie. Sometimes I got scared, but a valuable lesson. I'm still standing here. So yeah, I'm not complaining too much. Year to date, we're going to be at like 230 now. So we gave up now all of March and February. You're at the beginning of February practically, because this is going to go down. It's going to be a straight knife to 230, bro. So we'll see where it's at, but still doing good on the year. If it's bad for us, it was worse for them, sadly. And who am I talking about? The NASDAQ, the Dow, the SPY, and the Russell. Because, again, the Russell had its worst day since 2020, down 6%. The SPY went down 4.5%. I think the Dow went down 4% too. So we didn't do too bad, man. That's why I like it, but in the sense that now, like we talked about, we built our cash, we have our cash, we're going to get more cash. And then you still got your outperformance, but what am I talking about here? Like, for real though, like, I don't know. Can I give you a serious conversation? I've already talked nice. We could bring the therapist out if you would like, but I have something serious to tell you. Are you ready? Like, for real. Like, what am I talking about right now? What are we like? Okay, you're doing good. It's bad, but like, what am I saying? I don't know. I don't know if you feel me. The plan is the same. That's not changing. Okay? We're going to do the same thing. But I need you prepared mentally. Some of you right now, you may be better off just turning off your computer. Do you understand? This is terrible. This is terrible. What I am trying to tell you now. If you lie, it'll only be worse. I'm telling you. If you're not committed, and you're not like, okay, I'm really going to stick to this plan. I'm going to buy more. I'm going to hold it out. I don't care if it go to fucking zero. I know it's cute to say it, but do you believe it? You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, it's like that one. Do you know what it reminds me of? Let me see is this it? That's what this reminds me of. Is this audio? Are you ready? I think this is it.
The Bible says Jesus died for us, for you and I, because he loved us. Now the question is, how many of us would actually die for Jesus if it came to that?
Come on, I lie you.
Say hallelujah if you would die for Jesus. Say praise
Hallelujah.
God.
Amen, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Amen, Lord. Praise Jesus. Amen, Lord.
Thank you. Now, I
Oh.
brought a gun today because I want us to show Jesus how much we love him. You said in a blue hoodie, I saw you say you would die for Jesus. Please come right on stage. Everybody, please give him his last round of applause. I want us to show Jesus.
Do you get it? I hope you get my weird joke. Because if you say you're going to stick to this plan and you're really not going to do it, 6, 9, 12 months from now, you're going to get a worse deal. Most likely. Or you're going to do something dumb. Does that make sense? You're better off making up your mind now rather than doing it later and then reacting when it comes to the long term. That's what I'm saying. Building up cash, stacking the right plays, even riding through, because again, 2022 was rough. You have to, mentally, again, don't even look at your account on some of them. It all just depends what your plan is going to actually be and if you stick to it. Now, thankfully, we've done this. I think we've handled pretty wild environments already. I'm genuinely not even, stressed. But we have to be cautious. But that's why I am saving my cash. That's why we have been saving the cash. That's why I'm not going to be quick to judge anything, and we just got to make good moves, and that's it. Because you are going to, welcome back to Trump 2.0, and this time it's a lot crazier. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a lot crazier. So your long term is going to swing around. It will prevail. But now you're going to have to, you can't take my word for it. Does that make sense? Because I swear at times, ask anybody who's a good friend of mine in the chat. Because when I first encountered, some of the Chads who are OG Chads now at this point, I told them this, but they never felt it. You know what I'm saying? Said, ultimately, it'll go up, it'll prevail. And they're like, yeah, Josh. And they knew what I said, but they hadn't experienced it. And like I'm telling you, even before 2020 was spectacularly great and scary, and then even 2022. So and again, like I'm saying, it wasn't easy. And I saw a lot of people quit. And it was even worse because when it got really bad and people, again, it's the regret. I'm telling you right now, the regret if you don't make up your mind now. Because down the line, you're going to regret it, and then it just fucks with you. Then you're not going to quit at the right time. You're going to quit at the worst time, just like when I sell a play and then it instantly doubles. Don't do that with your long term. It's okay if you do it with an option. They don't feel me. They don't feel me, bro. So, yeah. I hope you guys, are you ready? I don't know. Are you ready? In blessing, in sickness, or in health, in up or down, I hope that you are, I hope you're committed to it. If not, you should just back out now. That's what I'm saying. I hate to tell you that. I don't think you should back out, especially if you committed for 10 years already. That's stupid. I did tell you about a month or two ago when it was about 15% higher. I did tell you if you're scared, go buy a house. Houses didn't drop 15%. I'm just saying. I'll throw that out there just in case. So good work if you did that. That's why I kept hammering that home. But now, I don't want to tell you it, but you're better off being done with it now rather than quitting down the line. So make up your mind, because in a weird way, it's still even green on the year if you have a modeled portfolio like ours. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. Maybe it's downside for 3 months, 1 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. We're chill no matter what. Why? Because again, I'm telling you, you've already witnessed it for the last 5 years in like a crazy environment. So, you got to make that decision. And if you could do that and handle that, otherwise, right now, you're still getting the second best deal you're going to get offered. This is like fucking deal or no deal, homeboy. And that's it. It was coming. You had good cases 2 months ago. You had 15% more low key. And that was the best one. And now after this tariff case, if you're not really committed to the long term, that's it. I mean, the Lord may just test you. And maybe the market will. Maybe the Lord doesn't care that much. He cares about your soul, not your portfolio. What? I know. That's what he says. That's what he told me. He didn't tell me anything. I'm not that delulu. I'm just saying I read a Bible. What? Crazy. That's crazy. You all in or you all out? The Lord hates lukewarm. You do too. Fuck it. Damn it. You know that you and the Lord got a lot in common. You'd be surprised, you heathen. But at the end of the day, you don't even like lukewarm. And I'm telling you, you won't like it. You're going to look back and you're going to be saying, well, shit, I should have took it then. Again, even right now, I'm like, damn, you should have bought a house already. So if you're not, but then again, 1, 2, 3 years from now, and if it does end up, you're going to look back and be glad. And that's why we have a 10-year plan. And that's why, we've been building up cash. It's not like we've taken bad steps leading us here. That's why we're doing literally better than the whole world right now. But other than that, you should make up your mind because this is just a taste. And that's what I'm saying, bro. If even I'm surprised, if I'm even telling you bazookas have been fired, this is just the beginning, bro. You may see we might witness some of the biggest declines in gains on our portfolio than the time from long ago. You know what I'm saying? Nightco? The OG Nightco? What up, baby? Good evening. But yeah, that's yes, sir. Well, man, I feel bad. I'm about to wrap it up, bro. But my man, good to see you. The volatility, and now we got Nightco, baby. That's amazing. So there you go. All of this, man, it's gonna be wild, and maybe we'll see. Who knows? I mean, let me just put it this way. I think it's gonna be a mix of all these years, but something like we've never seen before. That I could tell. I don't know what's gonna happen. Do you understand that? I think it's about to be 2018. I think it's gonna be 2015, 2018. 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024 all combined. Does that make sense? That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what but something new. I don't know how to describe it. So that's why I'm saying just fucking, dude, back the fuck out now if you ain't in, dude. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't want to deal with that shit, it's okay, bro. It's okay to back down. Especially if you do it now. And walk away amazing. You see what I'm saying? Because you could take chips off the table and not play a game that you're not seriously committed to, and just go home and you'll win. You'll go home a winner. I tell you about that. I've told this story. I knew a guy, a friend of mine, blew my mind, bro. Never knew this until I talked to his mom one day, and I knew this lady was like balling. She has this like brownstone in Manhattan. I can only imagine what that thing's worth today. And she was crazy house, lived good, had a little Birkin bag. This was before they even went crazy. But even back then, like, when shit was still expensive, she was buying expensive shit like pre-2020. And I was like, okay, so he's balling. Come to find out, she made most of her money just by spent 1 year in the market during 1999 to 2001, or in that time frame, right before the crash. And then she just got out and bought a house and never did it again. bawling. And that's it. And then that's it. Her life is great. Cashed out and just lived a beautiful life. No exaggeration. It's amazing. So, I don't know. I don't know if you have life-changing money, but at the end of the day, money is, you could do a lot right now, and if things really change rapidly, a good amount of money, you could do a lot with it. But you have to make up your mind. Like I'm saying, I'm sticking to my plan, and I'm doing it because, like I said, I have 5 more years minimum before I'm ever planning on touching this money. So if you're not on the same shit, or if you're lying about it deep down, you better make up your mind right now, because this, like I'm telling you, what we got and what we've learned here as of late and what we're going through, this is going to be very, very large in either direction, and it's going to be choppy and volatile, and it's going to be scammy and lucrative all at the same time. Oh, man. So, Chad, God bless you. God bless America. Thank you to the vets. Thank you, Jesus. And I think all we have left now is tomorrow morning for the non-farms. I will be there early, 1 hour before the bell. So it will take you there after this stream. I already finished my Beyond Nuggets. That's it. I'm going to go play with my chest. I don't know, man. Bill Gates is all I can picture right now. But I love you. Thank you for being here. I hope you get a dividend through the knowledge, the plays, the info, and a literal dividend would be amazing too. Maybe that should be the bare minimum. But enjoy your evening. Sleep well. Okay? And you are blessed. I hope you know that. You are very blessed. And don't play with fire, bro. You know that? Can I just remind you real quick that you know everything? I don't mean that like in like you're a know-it-all. I mean it in the sense that, like, believe me, bro, trust yourself a little bit more. That's why, like, so stay away from, you don't have to put everything to the test and vibe and just think and prepare so you could trust your intuition more. You get what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all preparation. It's very critical. You will trust yourself more when you're prepared more. You're used to it. But like I'm saying, man, don't be humble, head on a swivel. You could fall at any time. Think ahead, be diligent. Only a fool goes to build and doesn't calculate the cost, doesn't look at how long it'll take, how many years. Only a fool would go to build a house and ignore the weather. Would ignore the ground, the soil. What kind of soil you got on me? You see what I'm saying? So think about it now. You have time. Bro, you still got time to go to that. Repent. You know that. You still have time. Everything. Oh, no. You still have time. Enjoy that pillow tonight, Chad. You're blessed. Have a wonderful evening. Finger to the sky. And horna.